Facebook ads remarketing strategy for local business. If you have a business and you are advertising on Facebook ads and you're not getting the results as you expect, you are just wasting your money and you don't know why. Or in the other hand, you are already advertising and you are making results, you are making leads, making sales, but you're not scaling, you're not going forward, you're not increase your company as you expect. Maybe both of your problem is related to your remarketing strategy campaigns, because it's really important for you use remarketing strategy for you get more results and you increase your brand awareness, because when you are advertising a lot of time with your audience at the same time, you will always be increase your brand awareness, and then your brand, your company will be more famous, it will be more known, and then later you will get those results converted into sales. So that's why remarketing is really important, because when you are advertising for someone and the copy, the offer, and the channel that you use to get the connection with that person wasn't good enough, you still have another chance for your advertising using remarketing. So in this video, I'm going to teach you some hacks that you can use to your remarketing strategy be more accurate in your local business area. So stay with me, because this content is going to be really sane and you will not regret it. Okay, so let's go and stay with me. The first thing that you have to understand about remarketing is that you have and you must change the offer that you are already advertising. So imagine a situation that you have a restaurant, you have one pizza and you just sell two pizzas in the price of one, and you already use that communication. If you wanted to advertise for the same audience that had seen your ads about that specific offer, you cannot use the same image as you used it before, because you are going to be overwhelming your audience with the same propaganda, and that's not going to convert into more sales. So in that specific situation, you just have to use your communication to make your connection into a different way. So you can use, for example, videos, you can try memes, you can try use different image for get the connection to your target audience. So you cannot use it always the same, because when you're just doing the same, you're overwhelming your audience with the same copy, with the same strategy. And what's going to make the people buy from your business is that going to be the connection that you're going to create after you advertise it. And that connection, that specific connection that you're using in your ads, is that going to be the game changer of your campaigns. So think about that when you are doing remarketing strategy, because it's not going to be always the same, it's not going to be always the same communication that will keep working. And this hack is something really relevant in the long term, because at the first time your campaigns may be working, can be giving results, can be giving leads, but in the long term your ads will stop working. So have always to change to test different types of communications and offer for you to still be relevant, and the remarketing is going to be relevant into that situation too. So think about it. The second thing that you must use in your strategy, it's about your copywriting. You have to change your copywriting every time you wanted to do one remarketing strategy. Because as I said before, the connection that you are going to get with your audience is going to be the key points of your ads strategy. So when you change the copywriting, you are trying to get the connection into different way, using different type of narrative or communication. Let's go for one example of cars. You are just buy one car for price, you can buy a car for experience, you can buy the same car using the lifestyle narrative. So which one is going to be the best to your business? The narrative, the lifestyle, or the price? You can try each one of these and see which one is going to get more results. So that's the main thing about remarketing, is that when you advertise to someone using the same copy, using the same communication of price, and later you try to use lifestyle, you will see the combination of price plus lifestyle. It's going to be definitive to encourage that person to buy your car. So that's the main thing about when you are going to use copywriting, is when you try to use different types of combinations, different types of narrative into different ways. I mean, you can use the same narrative for image, for videos, for memes, and whatever. But when you try to use this as a masterpiece in a strategic way to answer all of the objections that your target audience has, so this is the main thing about you change your copywriting, because when you try always to answer this question that your audience has, you will be able to encourage them to buy into your company. So that's why Facebook ads remarketing strategy, it's just perfect when you always use the copywriting settings changed, when you always change your copywriting skills. The third thing that you have to understand, that you have to use remarketing strategy for each step of the funnel. If you have one e-commerce and the person is going to the page view and then they're going to add to cart and then they're going to the checkout, and then they're going to make a sales, you will see that they have to follow some steps to make the sales, right? They have to add the card, they have to go to checkout to fill all of the personal information to make the purchase, and then they will get the sales. If your potential customer just decides to leave each one of those steps of the funnel, the communication that you have to use is different because each step of the funnel is going to be related to the level of purchase intentions in your company. So your audience, they decided to leave in the checkout, they have much more intention of buying your products than someone just decided to leave the car or just went to your page view and decided to leave. So into each step of the funnel, you have to understand the level of intention that they have to buy the products or the service of your company for you to be willing to make some updates and changes to make more sales. In that example, if someone decides to leave the checkout, you can just send one offer of promotion of discount to encourage them to finish their buying, and then they will make the purchase and you will get the money. So this is some steps of the funnel that you have to understand. If a local business, if you have one restaurant, if you have some barber shop, and someone just going to your page and decided to leave the form, you have to use one communication for each step of this for you get more know in your company. So user remarketing strategy is something that you have to be really strategic about it, because each step of the funnel is going to be into a different level of intention, and you have to understand this for you create specific communication represent each step. Okay, let's go for the next one. About doing retargeting on Facebook ads, you have a lot of options to do in your campaigns, but the main option that you have to consider about is Pixel, Facebook page, and Instagram profile. When you have all of those three and you wanted to increase your remarketing strategy, you have to be more professional about it. Pixel is going to be relevant for someone who went to your website and decided to just maybe take a look. Maybe they are just going around and they're going around with your website or your Facebook page. They can just saw your content, they can just decide to follow your page, to save some posts, to send some messaging to your direct profile of Facebook or Instagram, whatever. Both of those three options of retargeting is going to be really relevant to your business, and you have to use those three or at least one of them. For me, the most important one is Facebook page and Pixel, because Pixel, you just get everybody who just visit your website, and when they are visiting, they are taking all of your information about your company, about how does work your services, your products, and that type of people, they are just more easy to buy from your company than someone who just decided to visit your Facebook or Instagram. And you can just decide to create each strategy and communication for each one of the options for you create remarketing. And that's the thing, you can't just do the same for every step of the funnel or every step of the interaction. You just have to use different communications. But when you're using Pixel, Facebook, and Instagram remarketing, you are just getting all of those three that's going to be relevant, and then you're going to be really powerful. You are going to create that type of experience that someone just go to your website and then they're going to the Facebook and go to Instagram, and they will keep seeing your company. You can't forget that remarketing is related for the how long your company will be seen for the same person. You have to increase the awareness in the presence of your business, of your brand into each step of the channels for you be more noticed, and then later in the long term you will be able to get more sales. And the final one that I have to choose is that you have to use more than one channel of marketing. If you have one company and you have just one presence on Facebook or Instagram, you are making a big mistake. You have to use both of the channels for you use your marketing strategy into a different and strategic way. Because when you're running Facebook ads and the person that decides to visit your Facebook page, maybe the same person has one Instagram profile. It depends on the niche of the type of the business, but the main thing is that your company has to be more present. So you have to be online search in Facebook as Instagram, because both of them, when your audience is navigating through those social medias, they will see your company into a lot of ways and different channels. And this will be way more convincible for you change their minds to make them buy from your business. I hope that you like this content. Please leave a comment here below and see you in my next one.